Okay, I'm really happy to share the stage tonight with somebody who lives in my neighborhood, and she studied accounting at NBCC, and she's a stand-up comic, so I'm definitely going to ask her to do my taxes. Her life credo is for everybody to be happy and for everybody to be excellent to each other, and she wanted me to share with you that she thinks chickens are both, what was the word? Chickens are both adorable and delicious. Which is so coincidental because I think she is adorable and delicious. Please welcome my friend, Mae Wonderful.
Hello, friends. Am I allowed to touch this? I didn't know it was a little clampy thing. Thank you, Chris. You are so cute. So this is what a crowd looks like that can afford to pay for a ticket to an event. It's sexy. Yeah, I'm Mae Wonderful, or at least I was until about a week ago, when somebody tattled on me to Facebook and said I had a fake name. And you know what? It happened right after Mark put up the poster for this event, so I'm pretty sure it was one of you motherfuckers that tattled on me. Let me tell you a little something. I'm from St. John, and in St. John, ratting is one of the worst things you can do, okay? It's like up there with, the only thing worse would be like touching a kid, okay? So, and if I ever find out who you are, I'm going to handle it the same way that we would handle anything in St. John. I'm going to make a fucking St. John whisper about you. Yeah, I am. And I hope that we can tell who you are by your initials because we're not allowed to put your name on there anymore. So as you probably know or have seen me online, I'm a big fan of Facebook. I often see people posting about what a random life they have, all these random things that happen to them. Oh my God, I just can't believe that happened. I really don't have that problem. My life is a very consistent series of public humiliation and embarrassment. Hopefully this isn't going to be one of those times, but you know, the night is young. As Chris was saying, I am an accountant. That's not one of the embarrassing parts of my life, but as an accountant, we will have a co-op student come into the firm during tax season. And did you guys do your taxes yet? Like seriously, fucking get on that, okay? Don't make us wait till last minute. Anyway, we'll have a co-op student in. And this one time we had this girl come in and she was, have you ever seen someone that's like just so painfully beautiful that they are like offended to just be near you and like they're a little upset that they have to breathe the same air that you're breathing? Like they're one of those people that like, they work at the perfume counter at Sears, but they're just smelling a fart all the time. Like. So we had a little girl like that sitting next, a woman, sorry, grown-ass woman, sitting next to me like that. And she must have been real fucking hard up, because one day she turns to me and she says, Mae. I'm like, what's up, boo-boo? Do you have a tampon? I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. I always carry a tampon for my sisters. So I'm like, all right, I gotta tell you first though, okay? Something you gotta know. I use OB tampons. At this point, I always scan the crowd for the bitches who know about the OB. OB tampons are a little cotton bullet that do not have a plastic applicator, and you gotta use the applicator that baby Jesus gave to you, okay? That's what you gotta do. And for me, I like to use them because it makes me feel less bad about blowing through about 30 K-cups a week, okay? So it evens out. So I explain, right? So I explain this to her, and I hand it to her, and I may as well have given her like a used tampon for the look she got. She's like, "What do you do?" I was like, "Just do it." Okay, so she goes, I don't ask her about it because I'm like, it's weird at this point, right? So later in the day, one of my coworkers comes over and she's like, Mae, what did you do to the co-op student? She's like, was asking people for a tampon and said you gave her some weird, like, thing to touch herself with. I'm like, okay, well, fuck that bitch. I guess she's not into tampons that you have to finger bang into yourself. Whatever. I'll know that for next time. Lesson learned. Something else that I learned is that you shouldn't slam 3 glasses of wine into yourself and then go on Facebook for a little chat with your friends. That's not a good idea. Do you know why that's not a good idea? Well, I'm going to tell you why. I had this friend of a friend that I had met on a camping trip like a year prior, so I was on there and he had posted something about Marilyn Manson, and anyone who Tori remembers me in high school. Marilyn Manson. I legitimately thought I was going to marry him, and then he married someone younger than me, and I was like, fuck. So, yeah. So anyway, I was super into Marilyn Manson, and this guy posted like, this album was the best, and the music was very, like, it's fucking Marilyn Manson. But anyway, of course I was into it, right? So I'm like, yeah, Smells Like Children was a real ideological trip. So we're going back and forth with this fucking horse shit, right? And using it basically as a chat to each other. Like, he'd say something, I'd like it. And then I'd say something, he'd like it right back. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be so cool. And I'm gonna post this, like, obscure video from Facebook, or from YouTube, that's my favorite one. So pop over to YouTube and I'm like, I'm gonna look up Dope Hat. This is one from like 95. It's this really trippy Willy Wonka thing. Oh, it's so try hard. What a fucking loser you are, Marilyn Manson. So pop over, look up the video, get right back onto Facebook. I hit Control-V, enter, and I'm so pleased with myself. And it takes me a good 15 seconds to realize that what came up on the screen was not Dope Hat by Marilyn Manson. No, my friends. It was the last pornographic website that I had pleasured myself to. For everyone to see. There is no taking it back at that point. I don't feel super comfortable telling you what it was. It wasn't mommies and daddies who love each other.com. That's not what it was. So I kind of panicked for a minute. I'm like, oh fuck, this is bad. By this time, like, it's come up on people's news feeds, and anyone watching it, like, you should have seen it. So I go to edit it. Part of why it was so terrible was that I had prefaced it with, this is my fave, enter. Like, yep, sure is. So I go to edit it, I'm like, oh, you moron, they're gonna be able to click the edit and see what you've done. So I just delete it. I just tab out at that point, close the laptop, go to bed. Next day, I'm having that feeling when you're hungover and you're like, oh, I'm such a dummy, like, nobody likes me, I'm so not cool. I better go on and see if they made fun of me, like, I'm gonna go on and be like, get it, bondage website, LOL. So funny. So I go and look up the guy's name, and not only had he unfriended me, but he had blocked me from Facebook. So I couldn't even look him up. But you know what? Fuck you, you vanilla little bitch. Thank you very much. That's my time. Be cool to each other.